Hey, look, Mum, no computer here, and we're gonna get a thumbnail first. Huh? Ooh, it's a box. It's a box. What's inside the box? What's inside the box? What's inside the box? Ooh, but yeah, enough of that. So basically, this box I have taken to every single show of mine in the last, like, year, maybe a little bit longer, over a year and a half nearly, that I've been taking this on the road. And I tell you what, it's blooming heavy. Right, let's have a look inside. So this is what I use. Oh, where did I put it? So yeah, to cut the story short, basically, I have taken this to every single gig I've played in the last, like, year and a half. But I decided this actual box was way too heavy. It's actually heavier than everything that was inside it. So let's go and see what was inside this in a new streamlined box that I actually got for free at the tip. So what was inside? Let's find out. These things right here. Ooh, in a nice box that I did actually genuinely find at the tip. So this is what I'd class as my secret weapon. Basically, this thing speeds up changeovers like a mother. You see this ribbon cable right here? Well, let's follow it and see where it goes, shall we? Yeah, this is the end of it. It's got 8 jack leads inside it, all in a nice thick, you know, wire, and this is where it ends up. And on here, there's different labels of the jacks. This one says 2 drums. And yeah, all I need to do is go over to the modular. Number 2 goes there, I seem to remember. Number kick, the kick, which is number 1, and then samples and extra sounds. Boom, in there. And I've got a couple more here. We've got 4, which is bass. That goes there. We've got sub, which is that one, I think. We got bass number 7, which is the second bass. I've got loads of basses, and then I've got a high. Woo! And then there's one more, which is spare in case one of the other cables breaks and I need to fix it quickly. We've got one already. So yeah, let's go back to that box over there. So this wire is going straight into this, which is basically a DI box that is connected to this magical machine. And this is called the Behringer X32 Rack. And what it is it's a digital mixer in a rack. In a rack. This box means that I can basically set up for a show in under 15 minutes because all of the channels from the modular are already basically mixed. Each of these cables coming from the modular are going into their own channels in this Behringer X32 Rack, which will also have their own EQs, noise gates, compression, effect stems, all that jizz. Underneath I also have 8 extra inputs, so when I want to plug another synth or another sound module into the mix, I can do that. Easy peasy. So my modular is always plugged into that box, be it for a live stream, be it for playing live, or just, you know, generally writing and jamming. It's always plugged in and being mixed. It always has a set mix, which I change a little bit over time, but basically it pretty much stays the same, and that's kind of saved on a little memory stick. Ooh, little memory stick. Because after all, there's far too many variables on here to worry about, let alone, you know, all the mixing and all that jazz. 9 times out of 10, when I'm performing on these YouTube videos, you're just hearing the stereo mix out of this thing. I'm not even mixing it. It's kind of like, you know, like Logic or something, but for live, you know, for the real time, without having a computer. And when I want to record all of these tracks separately, all I need to do is plug in this cable, this USB cable into my mate's computer, and I can record all of the stems separately, you know, whenever I want. The other thing that's pretty useful is on the output channel, you can add like EQs and compression on that. So it's kind of like you can master your live track on the go. About a year and a half ago, a mate told me to do this because I was giving sound guys 5 channels and they didn't know what it was supposed to be like. So sometimes the bass was, you know, sounded like a little quiet whisper instead of like a big angry thing. And the drums, instead of being all thumpy, sometimes they sounded like dainty little flowers. For any touring musician that's using kind of unconventional setups like this, I would definitely recommend looking into a digital mixer. I think the Behringer X32 kind of does the job. I've had it for a year and a half and I haven't really got any complaints. Also, for this kind of setting, I think the ones that come in rack form instead of the really big digital mixers that have got all the faders are more useful because they're smaller, more compact, but they still have the same functions. My setup is always a work in progress. For instance, the next thing I'm going to do with that digital mixing desk is experiment with the sends and returns. For instance, I bought this Copycat the other day. Wow, Copycat, which is like a, you know, nice tape delay. It's got a couple of delay heads, but I'm going to plug this into the send and the return so I can add this to any of the channels that I want to, and it will go into the mix. But yeah, that's a nugget of information I thought you'd find useful. I'm going to do a couple more videos on like my setup, like what I'm using the BeatStep Pros for and all that jazz, but they'll come in a little bit. So yeah, hang around for those videos. But next week, there's going to be a DIY video on how to make your own low pass filter. I'm actually doing a new type of live stream on the Patreon starting tomorrow, which is called Builders Live Streams. I'm actually going to build in the live stream the filter layout that I've made that I'm going to be doing the video for next week, but you can see it tomorrow on a live stream. So if you're interested in that, go and check it out. I've been Look Mum No Computer. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, don't be scared to try it.